Hi, everybody. This is Liba from Duncan Lewis Solicitors. I'm a trainee solicitor at the Luton office.
Hi, everyone. My name is Saima. I'm a caseworker here in the Luton office at Duncan Lewis Solicitors.
So, as you're already aware, the purpose of this Instagram live session is just to go through the public law outline process and answer possible questions that anybody might have for us. So, we'll just go straight into it.
Yep, so we do have some questions. So the first one is, what is a public law outline?
So a public law outline, or a PLO, is a formal pre-proceeding stage process. This is facilitated by the local authority. You will normally find out about it when the social worker gives you a public law outline letter telling you that about the public law outline process, how it's a process that they carry on prior to the question mark of whether or not they want to or will issue court proceedings. It will set out the expectations and recommendations that they would like for you to kind of engage with them with and would like for you to complete. Yeah. So the next question is, what does the PLO process mean for me and my child?
So the PLO process is essentially a chance to work with social services to address those issues that they have to ensure that the children are safe and well cared for. In the event these issues are not addressed, the local authority may consider issuing court proceedings. So it is very important to work with them and engage throughout the process. The next question, what are the possible outcomes of this process?
So the best possible outcome is that the pre-proceeding process ends, the PLO process ends, and the local authority don't have any further concerns. So that would be the most ideal scenario. The local authority may keep the children subject to a child protection plan or child in need plan, but this means that their concerns are being addressed and they're just stepping down, but they're also just, still keeping an eye on things. Obviously, if the concerns remain and things escalate during the pre-proceedings process, then the local authority might want to apply to the court for perhaps a care order or a supervision order, which may lead to the removal of your child from your care. So the next question is this definitely going to court, or can I prevent this?
So no, it's not definitely going to court, and you can prevent it. What you have to do to prevent it is work with social services, show improvements, engage with them. If they're telling you to undertake, certain courses, take part in those courses, just show them that you are changing and you are addressing those concerns that they have. And then they may see that court action isn't necessary, and then they may step it down, like Liba was saying, or they might just end the pre-proceedings process completely. So the next question, from what I can see, is how long does this process usually take?
So the public law outline or PLO process normally would usually take place within the span of 12 to 16 weeks. But this also depends on your progress and your engagement with the local authority and if the social services still have any further concerns. Sorry, I think we've got a question here. So who does the PLO process take place between, and how long is the process? So how long, I think we've just answered that, 12 to 16 weeks. And does the social worker from the local authority give notice of this to the parents? Yeah, so you will, like I said before, you would be provided with a pre-proceedings or a PLO letter. So what this will be a letter from the social worker just setting out their concerns that they have in relation to your child or children, and so that will be the notice, and in the letter it will be they'll provide you with a date and a time, location of where the meeting will be taking place, and in the letter it will also ask you to come with your legal representation, and it will the letter will provide you with enough information to understand that it is a pre-proceeding process and they have serious concerns and they would like for you to come to this meeting in order to get a chance to prevent them from potentially taking the matter to court. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. And who does the PLO process take place between? So it takes place between the parents and the social worker or the local authority. In the meeting, normally you'd have the social worker present, the chair present, who's chairing the meeting, which also is part of the local authority. You'll have your legal representation present, etc. So but again, like, it's a case by case basis. Not sometimes parents. Both parents are parenting together, so both parents might be in the meetings together, or sometimes a parent or parents might be separate.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what happens if I don't agree with the concerns raised?
So if you don't agree with the concerns, you do have the right to challenge their concerns and present your own evidence. And we can discuss how to do this effectively. But it is important to engage with the process, even if you disagree, just because you don't want to appear as if you're not engaging with professionals. And if there is evidence that their concerns are incorrect or exaggerated, you can raise this at the meetings, or through us. You can let us know, and we can raise this. So the next question is, what are my legal rights in this situation?
So, like mentioned previously, you have the legal right to legal representation. So, another right you'd have is to challenge the concerns that the local authority have presented you with. You have the right to access the relevant support that you need. You have the right to be involved in any decisions in regards to your child. And also you have the right to know exactly what the local authority concerns are and what you can do to possibly mitigate those concerns. So the next question is, can I get legal aid to cover your support?
Yes, so legal aid is available, automatically available for parents who are going through the PLO process. So you won't have to pay for legal representation. What you'll need to do is send us a copy of that PLO letter, the letter that outlines the concerns. And this will then allow us to obtain public funding for you. We may also ask you some additional questions, like your address and your national insurance number. And this is just to allow us to fill out the public funding form. So the next question is, should I be saying anything directly to social services, or should I let my solicitor speak for me?
So normally the meeting essentially is it's like a conversation between yourself and the local authority. The local authority will basically go through the PLO letter that they've provided to you. The social worker and the chair and everybody in the meeting, they'll just kind of set out their expectations, etc., and the concerns that they have and what you can do, like I said previously. In terms of whether or not the solicitors should be speaking for you, it's like I said, normally it's the parents' it's a conversation between the parents and the local authority. But if you feel like you need that extra support, we can have that conversation in advance of the meeting, or during the meeting. If you feel like you need some legal advice, we can ask the chair to kindly just pause the meeting, step out, have a conversation, and assist you, and then we can come back in. So we're there for that support.
Yeah.
The next question is, what kind of assessment will I need to go through?
So the assessments or courses, it does just depend on the nature of the concerns. So it could include parenting assessments, if that's to do with like parenting, like capacity, ability, that sort of thing. It could include psychological assessments, drug or alcohol testing, if that is a concern, or even like domestic abuse support programs. There could be like courses to do with mental health. A variety really, just depends on the concerns.
Yeah.
The next question is, can I have a say in where my child goes if they are removed?
So you can express your preference, such as a trusted family member, but the final decision is obviously with the social services. They will have to do their relevant checks. They will do assessments, etc. And if they feel satisfied, then then they're likely to place those children temporarily with your recommended family or friends. In the first meeting, they will actually ask you if you recommend any family members or anybody in the support network for to be assessed as alternative carers in the event that you are unable to care for your child. So they give you that opportunity to put forward anyone that you would like. You don't have to necessarily decide out on that point. You can, at that stage, you can come out the meeting, you can think about it, discuss, and then you can always come back to us and we can get back to the local authority. Right, so the next question, how can I maintain contact with my child if they are placed somewhere else?
So if your child is placed in someone else's care, contact arrangements will be made to allow you to have contact with your child, and to ensure that you do have that regular contact with them. So this could be supervised visits, it could be phone calls, it could be other indirect contact like letters or emails. And if you are not having any contact with the child, or you have not seen them in a while, social services will consider what contacts should take place and ensure that it's safe for the child, because they essentially want to because if you've not seen the child in a while, it may be too much to just go straight in with a lot of contact, so they'll want to do it
gradually.
Okay, so the next question from what I can see is, what do I need to do to show that I can safely care for my child?
So the biggest thing that we tell anyone is to engage with the support services that are given to you, engage with the local authority, attend all meetings, complete any required assessments, any required courses that they ask you to do. Just prove to the local authority that you are capable of, bringing positive changes in your lifestyle, etc. Right, so the next question is, how will you help me fight for the best possible outcome for my child and me?
Yeah, so we will guide you through the process, advise you, before each meeting, represent you in the meetings, provide you with legal advice, and it is important that you maintain and remain in contact with us, and follow the advice that is provided, just to ensure that we can get the best possible outcome for you and your child. And in the event that the local authority do issue court proceedings, we will be able to represent you during those proceedings if it comes to that.
And I think we've got one more question here. Can you please explain the role of the guardian if they are involved? So the guardian is, so when it comes to care proceedings, or if any proceedings are issued, then the guardian can be involved. The guardian takes on the role of essentially representing your child. The guardian has a really important role in ensuring to check that all the decisions that are made are in the most favourable way possible for the child. So that basically the guardian takes the role of the legal representation of your child.
Yeah, so they kind of want to ensure that the child's wishes and feelings are heard and put forward, and also just to act in the best interest of the child.
I think that's all. We've got all the questions that we had, and I don't see any more questions here. But by all means, if you have any further questions, please do email us. You can find our details online on the Duncan Lewis website. So my name's Liba, and
my name is Simon.
So yes. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
So much.
Like I said, if you have further questions, please, do not hesitate to send us an email. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks. Bye.